Yes, we're the newly renamed VZLA Silver now. We changed our name from VZLA Resources, and the reason for that is that we're focused singularly on the Copala-Panuco Silver District. It's a district that we consolidated for the first time in its modern history. We're making new discoveries there frequently. We're having a lot of success with drilling silver at the project, and so we believe that VZLA Silver better represents the opportunity at hand here. So, of course, the disclaimer here is important to read if you have some time, maybe tonight before bed. But I'm going to be making many forward-looking statements. I think the best is yet to come for the company. So, our goal and the vision for VZLA is to become a low-cost, high-margin producer of silver and gold in Mexico. The way that we're going to accomplish that is by drilling and delineating high-grade resources at the Panuco district. And following that, we'll put the project into production, utilizing the excellent infrastructure that we have at the project here. And we aim to do that by creating a safe and healthy environment for our team and also the communities that we work in. And we're also, dead set on creating meaningful value for our stakeholders. Just a little bit of background on VZLA. VZLA is a company that I started with my business partner, Craig Perry, in 2017. We had just sold a cobalt business that we'd put together the year prior. And I went out and incorporated VZLA Resources at the time. And the idea was to go and hunt for big projects that we could move into production rapidly, utilize our network and our team for that. And so IPO happened in 2018. In 2019, we were introduced to the Panuco district. We received some information on it, immediately jumped on a plane, walked the project, and it blew our minds, the scale and the opportunity there. And so I took that year, 2019, essentially, spending a significant amount of time in Mexico, in Sinaloa, working with the two families here to unify the district, to consolidate the district. And finally, in late 2019, we were able to do that. And it wasn't until early 2020 that we really started our exploration. And it wasn't until after the COVID shutdown that we made that excellent discovery, one of Mexico's highest grade silver discoveries in years, in the summer of last year. And as you can see in the share chart, the stock responded very well. And we were able to raise a significant amount of money from Eric Sprott, Franklin Templeton, and Force Sale, as well as other great supporters like Commodity Capital. And since then, we've consolidated around the $1.50 mark, sometimes higher, sometimes lower. On the great one-day silver bull market of January 2021, we saw a breakout towards $1.80 there. And I think any other type of price movement in silver that we're predicting and obviously looking forward to will have a similar effect. But just quickly on the numbers here, we have 91 million shares outstanding, fully diluted. That's 123 million. Now that fully diluted number brings about 40 million into the company. We have about $25 million on the back of that $30 million bought deal we did in the summer. And we have, we enjoy about $140, $150 million market cap. Another thing I'll just quickly point out on this slide as well is Eric Sprott, major shareholder, but also management directors and advisors. We own about a quarter of the company. As I said, I wrote the first check for the company. This is, it's like my baby. We continue to be meaningful shareholders of the company. Now, the reason that we were so excited about this project and the reason that we enjoy such a strong shareholder base is that the investors were attracted to this Panuco district. Panuco has been in production for 450 years, has a similar history to Vangold, although a little bit newer, 30 years newer. And we've been fortunate enough to be the group that has been able to consolidate this entire district for the first time in its modern history. And so it's about 9,500 hectares here. There's excellent infrastructure. It's 45 minutes away from Mazatlan. Two highways run through the project, high tension power running through the project. And we have a pathway to production through an existing operating mill on the project, as well as tailings, power, permits, ejido agreements, everything that one would need to operate exists on the project here. What we're doing, of course, is exploring the potential, finding new discoveries there, drilling resources. And we have a vast field to do that, 75 kilometers of total vein strike. Existing there, there's already 35 kilometers of underground mine development that we can we use to explore as well. And it's located in an excellent jurisdiction here with the string of mines all throughout the Sierra Madre Hills here. Just to the north, about 80 kilometers, is First Majestic San Dimas mine. Now, for those who have heard my presentation before, if you've been following the MIF presentations in the past, this may be a refresher, but there's three main things that I always touch on when we talk about Vizsla and the Pánuco district. And those are the grade that we see here, the size of the district, and the pathway to production. So I'll start with the size here of the district, and on slide 6, we demonstrate the scope of the vein field here, and the way we do that is we overlay it over cities in the world on a 5-kilometer scale bar. So on the top left, you see Vancouver. To the right, you see the island of Manhattan. It almost stretches across the entire island of Manhattan. London, Hong Kong. It's really important to understand the scale of the district that we're working with here. Another way to demonstrate that is on the next slide here with scale comparison to other meaningful silver districts in Mexico. So you can see Pánuco on the top left. To the right of that is San Dimas. To the right of that, Zacatecas, Fresnillo, Guanajuato, and Las Chispas. So you can see that the Pánuco silver field compares very favorably to these established producing meaningful districts across Mexico. Just quickly too, we also like to just point out there are a number of similarities to long-lived vein fields in Mexico, similar to San Dimas. San Dimas, 80 kilometers to the north, near identical geology, near identical style of mineralization. Both have significant long-lived multiple episodes of vein formation and significant mining history. San Dimas has produced over 580 million ounces of silver and 11 million ounces of gold. It currently produces around 12 million ounces of silver equivalent per annum. The big difference, of course, is that this vein field has been explored over for many decades and has been consolidated much earlier. We're not saying that we're going to be identical to the San Dimas, but the opportunity in these long-lived vein fields with historic production is clear. And so us being the first group to have this district to explore as a whole after the consolidation is very important. This slide here demonstrates that consolidation. So the orange concession blocks here is one of our property vendors. The other, the hash mark there is another. The orange is the main focus currently here. The orange is the concession block that has the mill on it. This is an option agreement, a long-lived option agreement for out to 2026, whereby we can make payments or purchase all at once. The concessions, the permits, the tailings, power, everything that we would need to be in production, including that 500 ton per day mill for $23 million. We have a similar long-lived, long lifespan option there to 2026 with the balance of the district in the area there too. So our focus right now is on three main areas that we're drilling, three main vein corridors. Now on this map here, you can see the 14-kilometer breadth of the district here. We have a lot to explore, but currently we have 7 drill rigs on the project, and they're focused on these three areas. Starting in the western side of the district here at the Napoleon vein, this is the area that we made our initial discovery at back in July. Our chairman, we were just down at the project, and one of the things that you kind of forget a little bit until you get back down there and see it is is just the excellent infrastructure here. So this highway that runs through the property, our discovery hole 7 last summer is about 50 meters off of that highway. Craig, our chairman, made the comment that this is like the Hemlo of Mexico. Many geologists have driven from Mazatlan Airport to Durango through these hills, driven right past this Napoleon vein, and maybe that they thought they had to go a bit further afield to find something exciting. But by unlocking this district, by consolidating it, we were able to have the ability to make these great discoveries. I think we have a lot more to come across this district. But again, we're grid drilling now on Napoleon with 4 rigs. Just about 500 meters to the east, we're drilling a new vein corridor called Tajitos. We've had some excellent success there. We have 1 rig there. And we have the balance of the rigs are working on the Cordon del Oro, which is about 6 kilometers east of that. And the reason why we like Cordon del Oro is that it seems to be very similar to the Animus vein corridor that's been the main producer of the district. 8 ore shoots over 3.5 kilometers on Animus. We believe there's been over 100 million ounces of silver equivalent produced out of that based on old reports and void spaces. Cordon del Oro seems to have a similar cadence in terms of ore shoots and targets along there. And so we're quite excited about the potential of Cordon del Oro. And I'm just looking at my time here, and I think I'll perhaps just quickly jump through the individual targets and then get into our forward plans and make sure not to go over here. But Napoleon, again, this is our main focus right now when it comes to resource drilling. This is the most advanced area of the project. It's about a 2.5 kilometer trend here, or vein corridor, I should say. And that original discovery is on that Napoleon target. To the north, we made a new discovery at Papayo. That discovery hole was true width of just over 3 meters at 8 kilograms of silver equivalent. A great discovery. And just recently, we put out another 10 kilo hole over 0.5 meter at the deepest hole that we drilled on the project. It was a 150 meter step down from the rest of the drilling. And it confirmed that we have high grade now over about 350 meters in depth. We're also drilling and stepping out to the north along the vein, and we're quite encouraged by what we see there. The scope of Napoleon as an ore shoot, but also as a vein corridor, is really coming together nicely, and we believe that this will be the source of our initial resource, or at least part of an initial resource, as we continue to drill aggressively in the district. This is a look at the core here. So we, again, the original intercept, not the true width, 6 meters at 8 kilograms. In that was a sub-interval of under 1 meter at 21 kilograms of silver equivalent, almost 200 grams gold. So we have some very high gold grades in here as well too. As we continue along the Napoleon area, we are grid drilling to the north and the south, and so we are focusing on the Papayo area as well. Tajitos has improved in terms of our view of the potential of it. We think that is actually quite an exciting, potentially very large vein corridor there that we can uncover with drilling. So we're actively drilling that as well. The new discovery at Cordon del Oro at Aguida Zarca has been very encouraging. So we have a combination of both high grades over relatively narrow veins, 2-3 meters, let's call it. But we've also had a number of great discoveries and great holes that are closer to 20 meters, 18 meters here at 450 grams silver equivalent. At Napoleon, we've had 11 meters at 0.5 kilo, 14 meters at 0.5 kilo as well. So, we have some excellent broader intercepts at great grades as well. One of the kind of more interesting slides, I think, is basically this one here, the systematic exploration plans that we have that will help us basically rank and prioritize our drill targets as we move along. And currently now, as you can see, we want to move them to the right-hand side. Napoleon Mine is our most advanced. Tajitos, Papayo, Cordon del Oro are moving into that direction as well. I'm just running short on time, so I'll pick up through here. 2021 will be a very exciting year for Vizsla. We're looking to drill 40,000 meters in the first half of the year. We have 7 rigs moving to 8 shortly, $12 million budget for the first half of the year, and a large exploration team that's not only focused on drilling, but prospecting, mapping, sampling, and now we're doing some airborne exploration as well too. So this is getting more and more exciting, and I'm very excited about the potential for 2021. Just quickly on our team here, Craig Perry, our chairman, myself, the CEO. Charles Funk has been recently promoted to technical director. He's one of the reasons that we're able to scale so rapidly. He's an excellent geologist focused on Mexico. But I will point out one other name here, Simon Smirlik, the COO of Ausenco Engineering, is on our board. He's actually quite involved in what we're doing here, but a mentor of mine as well. So someone with excellent mine building experience as we move through and have success on the drilling, the resource definition, moving towards production. Simon, is very, very helpful for that. Of course, Ausenco is building Los Chispos right now in Mexico. So just to wrap it up here, the three main takeaways of Vizsla is that we're well funded here. We have $25 million in the bank, but the really important thing is those three main points. The grade that we're seeing here, the spectacular grade that we see across the district, the size of the district, we saw that it favorably compares to many of Mexico's large silver camps. And then as we're successful with our exploration, the pathway to production that we have through that operational mill with power, tailings, everything that we would need to rapidly move into production.